Hang on. I've had to
Tom?
stick my phone up to my window with sticky tape.
There must be
Tommy,
an
you're-
easier way.
Wait. Why am I so bright?
Well, it's obviously because you're right in front of the sun in your window.
Close
Is it-
the curtains.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Hi everyone, welcome to Sessions from the Shed with me, Seth Cox, Dan Alston,
Woo!
and my good friend Tom Carey.
Hello.
Today we'll be talking about superhero movies.
To address a lot of
Obituaries, yeah.
stuff, we need to
Oh
address
yeah,
this.
well
Yeah, people are going to be confused.
Yeah.
This is the final ever episode.
Yeah, this will be
No,
the
it
last
isn't.
one.
Is it?
Oh,
How have we all been doing with lockdown? How have we been coping? What sort of
I'm
stuff
doing
are
quite
we-
well, to be honest.
Yeah, well, you
Um,
would be, Dan, because you've actually got a good life, don't you?
I mean, I like to think so. Do you not?
Well, you know what I mean. Like me and Tom, we're stuck with our families, but you. Right, I'll tell you mine and Tom's routine. Right, what me and Tom do, we wake up, and then shortly after we go back to sleep. That's what we do. What you do is you go, oh, everyone, oh, my really sexy girlfriend, hello. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, good night. What?
Mate,
Yeah, so we'll just be talking about superhero films in general because Dan reminded us
because
last week. Go
it's
on, take this one.
National Superhero Week. So we thought we'd talk about some superhero movies.
Well, you thought that, and then we said,
I thought, and other people agreed.
well,
You're all on.
Tom.
Okay, so I've chosen. This is underrated,
Oh yeah,
Underrated
this is a
superhero film.
Underrated superhero film, yeah.
and I picked the 2012 film Dread, but it was like a remake remake that they did, which is kind of a bit, gritty and out there, quite gory. It's
I've never heard of this.
I
heard of
picked
Judge Dredd.
this
underrated.
I picked this this category so that Tom could talk about some films that people know.
He's a miracle, mate.
Okay, yeah, but I just think it's quite underrated because as you guys don't know it, so.
Well, we don't.
was
What's
that-
it about? Hit us.
Well, basically, it's about these judges, as they're referred to, and
Ah,
they go around.
Can I just
Basically, go ahead.
So the movie's called Judge, isn't it?
The 2012 film Dread. That's called Dread. His character is Judge Dredd.
All right, carry on.
I've heard
Easy
of that.
confusion.
I've heard of
Yeah.
that. Why have I heard of Judge Dredd and not Dredd?
I've heard of Judge Dredd, but not
It's a
Dredd.
comic. It's a DC comic, isn't it?
It's a
Judge
DC
Dredd.
comic, yeah, but
Yeah.
there's a film that came out in 2012 called Dread, which is about that. Well, it's about a guy, a judge. He's kind of like a police officer / enforcer who goes to all these like drug breaks or something, and yeah, he just basically tears shit to shit, and he gets them arrested, I guess.
Tears shit to shit.
But I really like it, and
So
I
what's
think
his superhero? What's his powers?
he doesn't really have any powers. He's just like a guy. He's kind of like Batman in the sense that he has all the gear, but he just has no, superpowers. But superpowers don't exist anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, brilliant! Thanks, Tom.
Excuse
Cheers, mate. What gear does he have then? What does he do? Is basically what we're trying to get to the bottom. I mean, we know he arrests people.
Well, I'm going to be to the point, Seth. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it in a very long time.
Brilliant. I haven't seen that in a very long time. That is
And I had to-
underrated. Not even you
So-
rate it.
So it is underrated. So yeah, that's my pick. Anyway,
All right. Yeah,
it's my
sure.
it's my Dan.
It is a good line. Are those his eyebrows or is that his hair on top?
That's his hair. It's on eyebrows.
That's a very low hairline. You've seen my forehead.
Look at that.
Ooh.
My forehead's massive, Tom. You've missed that part.
I've been quite nice about your forehead there.
Well, you haven't included it.
It's
It's never
exactly.
ending.
It's just kind
He's got writing all over it.
right. Who's next?
I'll take the next one.
Alright.
Most underrated superhero film, in my opinion, is Megamind.
Oh god.
It
I
is.
wouldn't really say it's underrated.
I would.
No,
No one-
I think people quite Megamind.
See, this is the issue of doing this. I knew something like this would happen.
Yeah, but it's fine because I think at least two of us stay active whilst the other one's glitching. So,
Yeah.
so we can just laugh at them.
Anyway, what I said was, I
Yeah.
don't think.
Yeah, we got it.
But people don't think of it as like a good movie, do they? They think, oh, it's a lot of fun. I'll go watch it. But I actually think it's like a good movie.
You know when I think of that film, and I think they're by the same company, but I always think of Monsters vs. Aliens, which is
that's such a good film.
It's just looking back, because I watched it a few weeks ago, rewatched it. I hadn't seen it in like 5-6 years, but it was just
What made him want to rewatch that?
no. I feel it's like
could have been watching Judge Dredd.
I don't mind it. I'm kind of indifferent towards it.
Daniel.
Right, my most underrated superhero movie, Iron Man 3.
I respect
Yes, yes.
Everyone hates it, since it's one of the worst MCU films, but
I like it.
It's just so entertaining.
I remember seeing it in cinema, and I came out of it thinking that might have been one of the best Marvel films I've ever seen.
I don't go that far, mate.
No, I really liked it. To be fair, I'd say it's probably in some ways I prefer it to Iron Man 1.
I think I do as well. I think I prefer it to Iron Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it showed the vulnerability of Tony Stark in many ways.
I think I prefer Iron Man 1 just because it's like the start. It's
The
the beginning.
original,
The origins.
I think we've all come up with a good selection there, except Tom.
Upset me.
Per usual.
Good. Anyway, going on to overrated, and this is going to seem like blasphemy for
We're going to
Seth.
make some enemies here. Yeah.
I really did not like this film. I went to the cinema to see it. I was really underwhelmed, but then everyone seemed to like it, and it is Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Overrated, without a doubt.
Do you know what, Tom?
No,
It is overrated. It's sort of better than the first one, and it's not better.
it is better than the first one.
Not a patch on the first one.
No, not at all.
Like when you think about like what's really happening in Guardians 2, what he goes finds his dad, and then his dad's evil.
You know, the thing I really dislike about it is the fact that there was more character development in Endgame, which had like so many more characters than there was in Guardians 2. Because like, what happened in Guardians 2 with the characters?
Apart from Nebula, who's had the arc all along.
And I mean, it had one of the worst antagonists ever in a Marvel film. It was just stupid.
What, Ego?
Yeah.
Like Ego.
No, I didn't.
What?
There's a lot of randomness about Guardians 2, like the gold people and that Adam bit at the end.
Yeah.
Is that going to be resolved? We hope so.
Yes, Adam is going to be resolved.
I'm going to upset Dan a bit as well with my one. The most overrated.
No, you're not going to say
superhero-
Endgame. You're not going to say Endgame.
The most overrated superhero film is The Avengers.
The first one.
First one. When I look back at it, like, it's not that good. Like, Hawkeye's not Hawkeye. Thor isn't interesting yet. And Captain America's still a bit bland. Tony Stark's
That's
holding
one
it together
thing.
and Loki's holding it together, but that's about it.
Until Ragnarok, they didn't get Thor right at all.
No.
Ragnarok was the only time where Thor became interesting.
Yeah.
I do agree with you slightly.
Especially when you look at the last two Avengers films and how like amazing they were. And you look at the first one and you go, yeah, it was good for like bringing everyone together. That was fine, but it doesn't really hold up to the last two, I don't think.
Yeah, I would agree, but that's predominantly because when I went to see it in the cinema, I saw it in 3D, and I can remember having the biggest headache afterwards. It was so much in my face. I don't think it's that bad either.
Yeah, I think it's slightly overrated. I wouldn't say it's one of the most.
I'm glad I'm not like not.
Right, you guys are actually gonna hate mine.
Right.
All right, go on.
Because I think the film I'm about to say will be on your list, but in a different place.
Right.
You better not
I
say
know what it
Logan.
I know what it is.
Spider-Man 2.
Yes, I fucking knew it was that.
Dude.
I knew it.
No, I just don't get it. I just don't get the hype over it.
Oh, it's just got so many iconic moments.
I'm so glad you said that, Dan. I'm so. I'll tell you
Why?
what.
You love Spider-Man 2, Tom.
No, I do, but it's just that just sums up Dan in a nutshell.
What do you mean?
To be fair, he does hate Tobey Maguire.
You just
Oh, Tobey
absolutely
Maguire's
hate
dick.
him.
Tobey Maguire is the worst Spider. I prefer Andrew Garfield over Tobey Maguire.
Oh, that is saying something.
That is saying
Oh,
something.
God.
He's just not a Peter Parker at all.
Has the Amazing Spider-Man movies made it onto any of our lists in any places? Are we?
I very almost put it in. Actually, yeah, it was almost because we're doing worst superhero films, aren't we? Yeah, almost. No, because they're not great.
I don't
but
mind them.
Yeah,
I don't mind them. I think they're all right. I'd rather sit down and watch the 2 Amazing Spider-Man films than the 3 Spider-Man films.
Nah, man.
So, yeah, that's the thing. If you choose to rather watch all the 3 Spider-Man films, then you have to sit through Spider-Man 3. And
Dan messaged me last week when he was watching Spider-Man 3, and he said, "Am I supposed to be laughing this hard at it?" And I knew exactly what bit he was talking about.
Yeah.
Idiot.
It's just the fact. He wears the suit and he's like, "I'm going for an emotional change. What should I do?"
I think
Relatable.
I think the haircut does it for me. That just it's just so bad.
Sam Raimi, what Marvel film is Sam Raimi up to direct? The director of the original Spider-Man.
What, really?
Yeah, Doctor Strange
wow.
2. Sam Raimi's in talks to direct it. So maybe
Right.
I looked away for a second and he's gone. It's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Villains.
That's
Very
a
important.
villain.
I think we're all going to be the same on this one. I can't see much.
Best,
We better all be
Villain.
the same.
without a doubt, is the Heath Ledger Joker.
The Joker. Yeah.
Yep. Amazing.
I forgot about Batman. I agree with you now with Heath Ledger Joker, but I put Mysterio, but I completely forgot about
Oh my god, no! I liked Mysterio because I
Jake Gyllenhaal. Bang.
Jake Gyllenhaal anyway. Yeah,
He's
he's pretty boy. But at the same time, it's
Sorry?
what?
We're just going to bypass the fact that you just called him a pretty boy.
Yeah, I didn't agree with it when you said it. Yeah. I didn't go along with that.
Steph, I do think you nodded, actually.
Don't think so. We'll have a look on the rewind, but I don't think so.
Yeah,
He's
he's pretty boy. But at the
Mm.
same time, it's Heath Ledger. God rest his soul. What can I say that's already hasn't been said about Heath Ledger's Joker? I mean, the portrayal is just—it's so individual. And at the same time, apparently, when it was first announced that he was going to be the Joker, there was a bit of a backlash because I think,
I'm not
oh, he's too
surprised.
young. He's obviously quite good looking. I'm not going to repeat what I just said. Yeah, he's pretty boy. But
well, I did go for the Joker as well, just because that's how far does the Joker like push Batman in those movies? Like,
yeah.
he makes
Oh, wait,
Batman do
guys.
some
Is it
dark
time?
stuff.
Is it time for another Tom Kerry, Heath Ledger Joker impression?
I think it might be.
No.
I think it might be. Have you been working on it, Tom?
Not for a while, but I'll give a go. I'll come out the room. All right, then I come in. I can't do it seriously. Hang on, right? Okay. Yeah. And I thought my jokes were bad.
That's
Okay.
got so much worse. If your hair's not actually far off, if you sort of came it back and forward a bit, and you sort of got the similar.
No, last night
Dan's got the colourful hair. He should be doing it.
If it was green,
Oh, you should actually put some green in it. That looks so
No,
cool.
green is the
Yeah.
worst colour.
last night I was kind of I just got out the shower and I pushed my hair back and I looked a lot like Withnell from Withnell and I.
Did you?
So you looked like a naked Withnell. Just Tom butt naked looking at him like, I look like Withnell.
He wouldn't be completely naked. He'd have his socks on. He'd
Brilliant.
have his socks on and a shower cap.
I'm going to kick off. Oh, God. Dan, you're going to hate me for this. Right. So basically, I've picked for... This is best hero, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Not only do I think he's the best overall superhero in all the comics, all of the films, I have a sentimental attachment to this version, and it is Tobey Maguire's
I
Spider-Man.
knew it. I knew it would be.
No.
Specifically, Tobey
I'm sorry.
Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yes, because I think
Brilliant.
he really encapsulates everything good about Spider-Man. He looks too old, because, I mean, come on. He does
How
not
is that
look
a
like
good
he-
thing?
Well, because it's just... How did he get away with that at the auditions? He's supposed to be going to high school.
So you're here
So-
saying how did he get away with it?
Yeah,
And
but that adds to it, though.
Saying Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man, you're including Spider-Man 3. You can't just
Yes,
ignore it. You
yes.
have to.
Technically, that was
But-
Venom, though.
But I have good memories of Spider-Man 3. I'm not that bitter towards it. I buy it.
You cannot say Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is better than Tom Holland's. You can't.
Yeah, but I don't like Tom Holland as a person, so...
Oh, he is really good looking. It's a bit annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, but not just that. I think he's... I don't know.
Probably that.
Pretty
as well.
boy.
Yeah,
He's
he's pretty boy. But
The best thing to come out of the first 3 Spider-Man films, I think, is Peter's landlord. I was watching Spider-Man 3, and after Peter snapped at his landlord just went, orange? And I was like, that's a good character.
My best hero is Logan, just because he's
Logan.
No.
a flawed
Again-
character. He's got his own stuff going on. You know, it's good
Again,
to watch him.
Seth,
just
saying
like
Logan,
you, Seth. Just like you.
saying Logan, you're including all of the X-Men
Oh,
films.
God. Including the shit ones.
But he's
All
got to
of
be the
them.
best thing
Yeah, all
about
of
them,
them.
hasn't he?
What'd you say?
He's the best thing about those the rubbish.
Oh,
ones.
100%. 100%.
We've probably already mentioned this, but it's like... I couldn't imagine anyone else playing Wolverine apart from Hugh Jackman.
Have you seen who they might get for the MCU? It's between 2.
For
Who?
Wolverine.
For Wolverine, it's between Taron Egerton
Oh, God.
and Zac Efron.
Oh,
Oh, God. I can't imagine either of them. You constantly be waiting for him to break down in song and start playing Rocket Man on the piano.
What are you on about? Hugh Jackman was a theatre performer as well.
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman's just all round great.
Brilliant.
I've definitely got a thing against Pretty Boys. Dan, best hero.
Best hero ever, I think it's quite simple, to be honest. The OG Iron Man.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say Iron Man.
It's got to be Iron Man. From
Yeah.
Iron Man 1 all the way to Endgame, he just is the definition of a perfect hero.
Didn't you cry when,
I
It
cried many
happened.
times, Tom. I went to the cinema to watch it 4 times and cried every single time.
Oh, that's sweet.
Anyway, yeah, he starts off as this really arrogant, self-centered dick, basically, and then he sacrifices himself for the rest of the universe, pretty much, at the end. And yeah, he's just the best.
Yeah.
It's a good send off. I think that matters with characters, like how they leave. Like Logan's got a great send off. Iron Man's got a great send off.
Iron Man
Cap
has the best character development in any superhero film.
Yeah.
At all.
Good point. Tom.
Yeah, shut you both up.
Best superhero film, in my opinion. I saw it when it came out. I loved it then. I love it every single time, probably more. It is the best superhero film and probably one of the best films ever made, period. It is The Dark Knight.
Saw that one coming.
Great cinematography, brilliant acting, as I've said, with Heath Ledger. But it's just, I also think Christian Bale's the best Batman. But I'll leave that up to you.
He doesn't have
But
much
I
to
know-
compete with, really.
I agree with that.
the
Yeah,
amazing
Ben
Batman.
Affleck didn't really do a great job, did he?
No.
No.
I like George Clooney.
I like
Oh.
George Clooney, but not as Batman.
Oh.
I like Val Kilmer, but not as Batman.
I disagree, Tom. Best Batman, and I'm not even joking when I say this, is Lego Batman.
No, I agree with that. I agree with Dan. I'm not even joking. He's the best Batman. He's got the most character.
He does.
All the rest are boring.
I do have a soft spot for Lego Batman, I have to say.
So-
But anyway, yeah, because it's just, it came out a few years ago, and it was like, do you remember going to see the Lego movie or the first one? Because we all saw the
went to
second one together.
one.
Yeah, but no. But do you remember when you saw Lego Movie 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it kind of came out at the right moment, really, because we were like in between, early adolescence and the end of our childhood, and it both incorporated funny stuff which we understood, like the what they called, like the characters alluding stuff similar to in Shrek with the Do you think he's compensated for something? Go on, Seth, you do a better one.
Yeah, I think he's compensating for something.
Do you think he's compensating for something?
I forgot what I was talking about.
I think they did it better in Lego Movie 2.
I liked Lego Movie 2, but I think it felt a bit kind of, I don't know. I think the concept at the time felt a bit antiquated because it just felt like a lot of what they were doing was kind of rehashing what the first film did.
You've just got a thing against musicals, though, I reckon.
Oh God, that song! What is it? This song's gonna get stuck inside.
This
song's gonna get stuck inside you.
This song's gonna get stuck. That's a great
Yeah.
song. Used to play that in the car on the way to school. Good memories.
Anyway,
My favorite superhero movie. So I thought long and hard whether this is a superhero movie, and I think it is. So, and it's one of my favorite films, like those superhero movies. It's
V for Vendetta. I knew you were going to say that.
I like it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
decent.
Doesn't stop you going on about it constantly, though, does it? Oh, V for Vendetta, or V for Vendetta, or V for Vendetta, or V for Vendetta. It's like
I
every
literally
single
can't-
video.
I can't remember a video where you haven't mentioned V for Vendetta.
You're always mentioning it.
So pick a different one.
I'll just shut the fuck up then, shall I?
Yep, perfect.
Dan, do you want to say yours?
Yeah, if you want to hear Seth talk about V for Vendetta, just click on literally any other video. My favourite superhero movie is Avengers Endgame.
Oh yeah. Of course it is.
Because it is perfect.
But okay,
In every-
Dan. Could you kind of not so much because I'll allow you to include both part 1 and part 2. Of the
No,
whole,
I don't
you know.
want to. I just want to include Avengers Endgame.
I know, but it wouldn't. An Endgame wouldn't exist without Infinity War.
Tom, you've done this before.
My argument is that you couldn't have Endgame without Infinity War.
Dark Knight wouldn't exist without Batman Origins.
No, technically, okay, right. There's a difference because Endgame was a continuing story of Infinity War, where Dark Knight could have could have came out.
Yeah, but it didn't.
Well, if you think about it, if you think of Michael Keaton's first Batman film, that didn't have any origin story, did it?
This is such a stupid point. They're different films.
They're not different films, though. They're a continuation of the story. I'll tell you what it's like. It is like watching Deathly Hallows Part 1 and then just giving up, just being like, oh, I don't like the second film so much, even though it's a continuation of the whole
You
story
can
and
do
the arc.
that with Infinity War.
Yeah, but it would just be pointless. No. Because, in my opinion, you can't... Okay, coming from someone... Let's just say someone hasn't ever seen Infinity War or any other Marvel film, and just like, I'm going to show you the best Marvel film. Oh, it's Endgame. Oh, I have
that's a
no
good point,
clue what's
actually.
going on.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't
no
do
sense
that.
of perspective.
I wouldn't do that. I'd
No,
say,
but
let me show you the best superhero film. Unfortunately, you have to sit through 23 others.
At which point they go, no.
Oh,
but
better
what I'm saying is that Endgame needs Infinity War for me to be what it is, in my opinion. Because obviously Endgame's better than Infinity War, without a doubt.
Okay, well, you are wrong.
Well, that's quite a bigoted opinion, but okay.
The thing with Endgame though is I don't think it's not the most rewatchable. I can't see myself rewatching it. Like,
No, I've
a million
only
times.
seen it once.
I've seen it
came out.
3 times maybe.
I've seen it at least 12.
Yeah,
Fucking
but
hell.
I'd rather watch Guardians movie again and again and again. And
I'd watch Dark Knight again and again and again.
No,
None of us have-
you cannot watch Dark Knight
No,
over and over again.
it's a bit.
I think there's so much that you can. I think there's a lot more that you can appreciate out of the Dark Knight than there is an Endgame, in a sense that Dark Knight has the best direction by Christopher Nolan. You can't deny that. It has the best antagonist, and you would both agree because you both agreed with me back then. But I think what makes
Good old times.
what makes Dark Knight so good, in my opinion, is the fact that it feels more of the kind of natural experience. Like, you can imagine not exactly what happens in it, but something similar existing in this world, as opposed to Endgame, which is kind of a bit more, you know.
So your argument is Batman's more realistic?
I'd say it's a better overall experience than Endgame.
I think V for Vendetta is better than both. But we've got to move on to our favourite scene from a Marvel
They've
film.
seen
Oh,
from
I
a-
keep saying from a Marvel film. From any superhero film.
This is hands down. If you haven't put it, you're wrong. Un.
Right, you start.
The last scene in Endgame.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
So bloody predictable.
But I can't even.
How is it not?
The last scene in Endgame where Cap goes back in time and what have you.
No. The fight.
No,
scene.
the big fight scene.
The big fight scene.
Where Cap gets the hammer, Avengers Assemble is said, it's spoken out loud, they charge into a massive fight, Scarlet Witch has boobs now.
Yeah, so my one is one which I doubt any of you guys, you might know it, but it's not the best superhero film, but I think as a scene, it's really quite good, and it's the scene in, if you've seen it, Kick-Ass, where he basically has this like has this machine gun.
I thought you were going to do really niche and then you say
Tom!
jetpack,
Tom,
and then he fires.
You've put the jetpack rocket scene above the final battle in Endgame.
Yeah, because I appreciate I appreciate the simplicity of it, and it's got some really cool, camera movements.
that's Matthew Vaughn who did the Kingsman series and he's really good.
No,
director.
Seth, why are you entertaining this?
I actually
That
can't
is-
remember the scene he's talking about, to be honest.
Where
No, I
he's
like it.
outside the window with a jetpack on
And then what?
with machine guns on it, and then he just sprays his machine guns through the glass.
Yeah, and you've also got a hit girl who goes up the stairs, and then she's got like pew pew pew, that type of thing.
Tom, you're putting
God.
that scene above any scene in Batman.
Ooh.
Oh, the
Yeah.
bank heist scene at the start of Dark Knight is amazing. The Bane
And the
scene at the
interrogation
start of Dark Knight
scene.
Rises is brilliant.
Yeah, but Dark Knight Rises is the biggest fucking ball ache of a film to watch. I'm sorry. It's way too long and nothing, like, it just doesn't make any sense.
It's about as long
And
as the first one, isn't it? So the second one.
No. It's about 3.5 hours long, I'm pretty sure. It's a lot longer than Dark Knight. Well, not a lot longer, but it's longer. Oh. The Superman before throwing him out of a plane.
Superman.
Shooter Man?
Superman.
Superman!
Oh, Superman.
Tom, are you saying that good directors can make bad films? Like Christopher Nolan? Because you were talking about him a lot in Dark Knight, like, oh, he's the best director ever.
Well, Dark Knight Rises isn't terrible. It's just, it's not. It's
Mm,
nowhere near.
okay.
It's nowhere near as good as Dark Knight.
Am I having a brain fart, or did Nolan direct Dunkirk?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I didn't like Dunkirk.
No, I didn't like
Did
that.
you not?
Boring.
Brain fart.
Rubbish.
Speaking of war films and everything, quite recently, what did you guys think of? I forget his
1917?
name already. Yeah, what do you think of 1917?
A lot better than
Haven't seen it.
Dunkirk.
I haven't seen it, heard good things.
You liked it, Seth?
Yeah, I liked it. And I don't usually
Yeah,
like
I've
war
seen
films.
A lot
I've
of
seen
people. A
I
lot of
didn't get
people.
to see it. I haven't seen it.
Well, I know a lot of people just.
Dan, have you seen it?
underwhelming.
No, I haven't seen it, mate.
Never seen.
But fun fact,
Yeah.
the main guy in it is set to
Yeah.
play Jamie Vardy in a biopic.
What, George McKay?
A biopic? You mean a biopic?
Mum?
Sorry, Tom, what were you saying?
I'll tell you what. On a completely irrelevant note,
That's PG.
Don't say it then.
Right, so my favourite scene is the 12 bullet scene from Deadpool.
Yeah?
Because it's really, it's just really funny. And you like, that's one of the first things you see of Deadpool, and it tells you everything about him. Like, he's funny. He's
Again.
emotional.
Hold on.
Yeah,
You'd rather watch
yeah.
the 12 bullet
this is
scene in Deadpool.
Dan's new thing. Oh, you'd rather watch.
You'd rather
That's the
watch the
whole
12
point of
bullet
this
scene
podcast, yeah.
in Deadpool than watch the final
He
fight.
has to
in
think about it.
Endgame.
He has to think about it.
Yes.
Stupid.
Hot take: Little Jaffa cakes are so much better than normal Jaffa
Have you guys
cakes.
voted on my biscuit poll?
Yeah, voted on that. Jaffa Cakes was my vote this week.
Voted for Jaffa Cakes.
Mm.
Tom, have you voted?
I would vote for Jaffa cakes. I haven't
But
done.
you haven't heard the option.
Have you
Yeah, but-
voted?
Jaffa cakes. Actually, technically, they're not a biscuit.
Tom,
Yeah,
go and
yeah.
vote on my biscuit poll on Facebook.
Not now. We're doing a podcast now.
Right, well, this week I mean, today it's between Jaffa Cakes.
This week.
Today it's between Jaffa Cakes and chocolate fingers.
Fingers. This is what's come to us in lockdown. Biscuit poles. Jesus Christ.
Right.
Brilliant.
One
I
more to
love
do
that.
then. We're rattling through these.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, we've done.
And it's still is it still recording? Yeah, it's still recording.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What? What?
None of it's been recording.
It's just
Seth,
ranking.
we can see a recording in the top corner. So if you're the worst
Brilliant.
at, oh no.
Oh god. You're like a dad with their kid, just be like, oh no, I've done this. Oh no, I forgot this. Oh Tom, I've left you all muddy at soccer practice. Not soccer practice, football practice. I'm not American.
Tom, you never played
Yeah.
football.
And
Is that
ends
because
up
everyone
the
else
muddiest.
bullied you?
This
Is that
was
because everyone bullied
this
you
was-
and pushed you over?
this was
Yeah.
primary school. No, it's because
Pegged
I Oh,
Doorstepped
actually,
him.
that wasn't bullying, Seth. That was you.
I did
Stuff like
stumble
that.
across a video on my phone of Tom dunking
God.
his hair into
What-
a puddle.
What we made him do to be friends with us. Amazing.
Brilliant.
You sad
We've
little
completely
man.
went off topic.
Yeah, right.
So let's just get back to it. Kicking off the next bit, which is worst superhero films, and I think you guys, if you don't, you might not agree with this, but you can at least appreciate it. Batman and Robin is the worst
No,
superhero
I like
film.
it. I
It's
like it.
so bad. It's
I like
laughably
it.
bad. It's just no.
Wait,
it's-
is Batman and Robin the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes, it is. It's so bad.
I send you back to the
Mr.
Ice
Please.
Age.
That's a shockingly bad film. Who's Batman in that one? Is that?
George Clooney.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think the latex suits and everything. So bad.
Oh, although Poison Ivy, played by Uma Thurman, I actually quite like.
Yeah, yeah.
She's actually
I'd
not-
I
accept
didn't
that.
mind the film. I thought it was quite entertaining.
Batman Forever's
Yeah.
better though. I like Batman.
I like-
Forever.
Batman Forever is, I think, in some ways underrated. Not massively underrated, but it's
Yeah,
underrated.
it's not great. Yeah.
I think Jim Carrey was a perfect Riddler.
He made a good Riddler, but I think as the years go on, Jim Carrey kind of, I don't know.
He's gone off the rails a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's gone off.
He's a bit of a weird guy now.
He's
Ever
quite
since-
mental.
Ever since his wife was it his wife or a girlfriend killed herself? He's kind of just went a bit,
I bet you feel
weird.
bad now, don't you, Dan?
Dan, do you think mental issues are funny?
Are you hesitating?
I was going to say, he's gone off the rails a little bit.
Changing
if
the
he-
subject instantly.
If he's in Sonic the Hedgehog the movie.
Yeah, as the Eggman.
I am the Eggman.
I am the horse. Good tube.
This is such an awful film, and it's so disappointing. It's The Incredibles 2.
Haven't seen it, so I can't comment.
Oh,
But
it's-
the reason why I haven't seen it is because I just haven't. I've heard that it's just not great.
But just remember how good The Incredibles is. Like, it's such a good film, and in The Incredibles 2, there's nothing going for it at all.
Mm.
Although, whoever's animating Elastigirl, like, they can't make it any thicker. Genuinely, it's amazing.
Did you see it in cinema, Seth?
I did see it. Yes, Tom, I did see it in cinema.
We've never really had this conversation, Seth. But do you watch a lot of animated porn? Because you just it's constantly go on about Elastigirl and how thick she is.
It's funny you should mention that, actually, Tom. Because I was... No, don't worry, it doesn't... At the end of the day, it's going to be time anyway, so
Dan, worst superhero film, please.
I've literally just changed mine.
What was it? Can you tell us what it was?
It was Spider-Man 3. But
What have you changed?
I've been thinking about it, and it's just too entertaining.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
too damn good.
It's one film that takes itself way too seriously, but also doesn't realise that all the stuff that it's doing is just laughably bad.
I think Spider-Man 3's been the one we've spoken about the most. My worst superhero film is Thor: The Dark World.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that 100%.
It's just ridiculously boring.
It is
so boring.
Like,
I don't even think boring sums it up enough. It's way too long for starters.
Yeah.
Not justified, without a doubt. It's got the most kind of boring, monotonous plot, which just kind of feels like it's just going around in circles. And I mean, the only thing good in that film is Natalie Portman, and that's it. And maybe
it's good in everything.
Yeah, it really comes to show the differentiation between both Ragnarok and Dark World. Ragnarok made Thor fun again, but it had to like pick up the pieces where the previous director just completely messed it up.
Isn't it weird how as soon as his mum dies, he becomes a lot more funny?
Yeah. Jim Carrey.
Yeah, take a page out of Thor's book, Jim Carrey.
Seth.
Well, that's pretty much it then. We've done all our superhero movies. Any honorable mentions that we want to talk about?
If we were to do best superhero best superhero film in terms of humour and comedy, it would be between Spider-Man 3 and Thor Ragnarok.
Tell you what, actually, going back to Endgame, what I didn't like about it is how the trailer for Far From Home came out before the Endgame movie. I still think that was a really weird thing to do.
We all knew that they weren't going to kill off Spider-Man. We just all knew it. I was going to say, was it just me, or did I just remember when I saw Endgame, I just really, really was hoping Hawkeye would die, and it was the only character that just wouldn't die.
I liked Hawkeye in Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah.
I wasn't impressed.
Oh, that's weird, Seth, because he wasn't in Infinity War. He was under house arrest.
From what? What had he done?
Civil War. He took some.
You don't pay attention.
Him and Ant-Man were under house arrest.
I knew Ant-Man was because they made that rubbish Ant-Man and the Wasp film.
No,
I preferred Ant-Man and the Wasp to Ant-Man.
Neither of them are very good.
No, I preferred Ant-Man so much more. Actually, no, Seth. Ant-Man is a good film.
No.
It's got a good story. It's got good acting. I love Paul Rudd.
I love Paul Rudd.
I'm going to be honest with you. It does so much with so little. Excuse the pun. Are we going to discuss the future of Sessions from the Shed then?
I think we should.
Yeah. Yep. Who's taking it?
So, obviously, Seth's going to uni next year as well.
Dan, if you were to talk about us back then, before we went to uni, now this is after, do you think you've changed?
We've got pink hair.
Not literally.
I've become a paedophile.
I've got much more of a creative intent.
Oh, that's nice.
So I actually want to do things now, like this.
Whereas Seth's done fuck all. So he doesn't want to do anything. He's on the opposite direction to you, Dan. You've got all these creative stuff, and then Seth's just like... He's like Mark out of Peep Show.
Seth, what have you actually been doing?
Well, I'm glad you actually asked that. So
I'm deadly serious. What have you done?
Yeah, no, so am I. So I've been...
Like, I'm not talking about in quarantine, Seth. I'm talking about pre to quarantine. What have you been doing?
Yeah, cool. I'll answer your first question first, Dan.
Think of a reference.
I've been sort of working on myself a bit.
Boring!
Is that does that mean...
Oh, no.
Oh, don't zoom in on that. I just proper... Oh, don't zoom in on that. I just proper dribbled everywhere. Seth, are we going to trust you to edit one video?
Of course you are. I'll do it.
Right, we'll leave this in. If this has been crap, it's because Seth's edited it.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got quite a busy week. I don't know if I can cram it in. I've got a lot.
Doing what? What are you doing?
So
yeah,
how could you be busy?
Seth, you're in the middle of telling us what you've been doing, so you have time to edit a video.
Yeah, I've got plenty of time. Don't worry about that. That should be fine.
All right, brilliant.
I'll get that done by Monday. Probably tonight, actually.
Skip to this point here.
I can't do that.
It is.
Are you an idiot?
How are they going to be able to tell?
Oh.
Yeah, if you're wondering why we haven't done any recently, it's because Tom literally stole all of the money from our profits.
Yeah.
He ran away with all of it, and me and Seth were quite angry at him.
Guys,
spent it on first pressings.
I don't only want to apologise for that. I also want to apologise for Dan's hair in this video. I
What are you-
understand
Right.
it's
We
been
haven't
distracting.
We haven't.
We haven't
actually
addressed it.
Yeah. So I dyed my hair, and we were like, we're gonna wash it out in a couple of days, and it's actually permanent.
How's your mum, by the way? She all right? But yeah. So
Anyway, we're thinking of, we're probably
Maybe
going to.
He's turned into the Joker again.
No, Dad, that's actually my real laugh.
Oh, well, it was fucking awful.
Need to get that fixed.
We can each
Yeah.
get one shout out.
Alright, my shout outs to Dan's friend Jack Cross, and I hope he's watching this video.
What the
and I know
hell?
it's been-
Shout out is also to Jack Cross. He's told me he's watched each of these at least 3 times each.
I'm going to be shouting out my good old mate, Matt Long.
Bit
Long what?
selfish.
How is that selfish?
Talking about your friends.
Yeah, me.
I don't know this Jack kid. What's his name?
Jack!
You just said it.
Hello, Jack Cross. But my shout out is for Matt Long, so I do apologise. But that
He doesn't like you.
wouldn't be the first person.
That won't be the last.
How does he even? Oh,
I think you just need to get better taste in films.
what you mean? Just watch more mainstream films and act like I like them?
Tom, there's a reason they're mainstream.
Yeah, because they're simple.
All right, you go make one.
Tom's made a short film this year.
I haven't seen it.
Well, I'll tell you about it, Dan. So, what he's done, he's made a film, and it's a footage of a junkyard,
Scrapyard.
scrapyard.
Yeah.
And you may be thinking, yeah, but what's the film? That is the film.
Sounds rubbish.
It is
No.
trash. What Tom did by accident, and he kept it in the film, is when he was uploading the footage, his porn videos peeked into it and then like spliced into it, and it's really weird.
Tom, who downloads porn?
I do, because I live in the shed.
You got it on tape, haven't you, Seth?
Yeah, we did it on the old VHS.
I miss that shed.
Well, like I said, we've got a bed made up for either of you up in the rafters.
You said it was for me.
Well, it is
Oh,
for you, but it's also for anyone who'd like to stay there. Especially Ellie. Me and Tom are still bachelors, you know. Not tied down, not sort of restrained. We're
oh no, but
free
Seth,
spirits.
Oh, Seth, are you
Seth,
following
no, that's
Peyton's
a lie.
OnlyFans? Are
Yes,
you following
I am.
Peyton's
No.
Go back in the video.
Should we sign off?
Yeah, let's. Right, well, that's been another successful sessions video, if you don't mind me saying. So thanks all for watching. If you did.
Go away, Dad.
Oh, God.
Wait, what bit don't you want me to include?
The bit where when he storms in with his camping mask. Cut that bit out. He does go camping occasionally, but not enough to warrant getting a camping mask.
Hello.
No. So, do we sign off?
Oh, damn it. Do you want me
Yeah.
to be Tom and say bye?
It's bye from me. Goodbye. It's goodbye from Daniel.
That's not how we do it. We
Sorry,
say
that's
it's goodbye
pointless. I've been
from
watching
me.
too
We
much
say-
Pointless. Do the
No,
first
can you
bit.
stick Tom Kerry's face on my face?
Oh, we'd like that. Yeah, we'll do that.
Wait, what?
Right. So that's the end of the episode. So that'll be goodbye from me.
A goodbye from me.
And I think Daniel's saying goodbye.
And it's
Right.
goodbye from me.
All right. Brilliant.
And a goodbye from me.
Goodbye. Right. So about this whole only.
I can see you're still recording.
Oh.